Hello, welcome back to another video on Attractions with Ash. You join me at, surprisingly, actually quite sunny Alton Towers on the first day of Scarefest 2024. I'm very excited to see how Scarefest is going to play out this year. I have high hopes, to be honest, and that's something that, you know, it hasn't really been said this year, apart from maybe the start of the season. But I have quite high hopes. I'm feeling quite positive going into this, especially because I haven't been for so many months here. So, you know, I'm coming in with a very open mind, a very positive mind, which I think is the best way of going about things. Really, it is really nice today. Although it was, you know, for the first part of the bus journey here, it was absolutely freezing until someone on the bus had common sense and shut the window on the bus. Open till 9 o'clock tonight, so nice and late close. Oh, here we are. We've got some show times as well. They're going to be on throughout the day. We've got Patch's trick or treat party, Phil's Halloween dance party, the Alton Ancestors, and Sin Bin as well. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out throughout the day, but without further ado, let's get our first ride in. Now, this might be a bit of a controversial opinion here, but I actually love walking around this place. I know it causes a lot of pain for many people, and indeed me as well, obviously, because it is absolutely massive. But on days like these where, yes, it's not the warmest, obviously, because we're getting towards winter, but it just looks absolutely glorious this morning in the sun, just walking through here. It's also so peaceful as well. So while it can cause great pain to many people, it also is very unique as well, and I do appreciate that. Where am I going first this morning? Take a guess now before it's revealed in a few seconds. We're about to enter the Phalanx containment facility, which can only mean one thing: we're heading for Nemesis. Wow, that was an absolutely awesome start for the day there on Nemesis Reborn. I got the, well, as you're looking at the train, the right outside seat on the front row, it really woke me up. Especially if you need waking up. Luckily, well, I had a shower this morning to do just that, but if I hadn't already woken up by that, or the freezing cold bus journey this morning, that definitely did. It was really running well. Just outside here, having a look at this, which is the new ride coming to Forbidden Valley, the new flat ride coming to Forbidden Valley for 2025. And it was a bit more was announced yesterday by Alton Towers on social media, saying submit to a spin. Now, there have been rumours, you know, circulating ever since that it was properly, like, you know, circulating that there was going to be a new flat ride installed in Forbidden Valley in the place of something very iconic that used to stand there. I think, you know, if it's not Ripsaw 2.0 now with the new kind of Hus top spin like Talakan, then I'd be very surprised, especially with all this teasing. Unless it is just teasing in true Alton Towers fashion. But no, it just feels too good not to be a Hus top spin now, and hopefully it is, because, you know, I've ridden Talakan at Phantasialand, and that's absolutely incredible. So to have one here in Forbidden Valley, especially considering I didn't get to ride the original Ripsaw back in the day, would be absolutely incredible, of course. And, you know, a lot of work, as you can see, the cranes are up at the moment, doing their work, and they've been making quite a lot of progress so far. So hopefully it's ready for the start of next season, or at least maybe a couple of months into the start of next season. But I'd assume maybe they'd like to get it ready, considering it's a flat ride. It's not going to take, once you've got everything, all the foundations, the ride installation itself, it's not going to take very long. So I'd assume it probably will be the start of next season, hopefully. Today is actually quite a quiet day. I waited about 10 minutes there for my ride on Nemesis Reborn, so I might head down to Galactica and see how that's doing, because I might give that a ride, because I never usually give that a ride, because it's usually quite busy, and obviously a long wait for Galactica is not usually worth it. But if it's not that bad, if it's about 5 or 10 minutes like Nemesis was, then I may as well have a go. Well, for some reason there, Galactica seems to be having some technical issues, which is a bit of a shame, but of course not the end of the world really, considering I wasn't really too fussed on getting on it. It's just something nice to have really, I guess, considering this is going to be, well, I guess for the most part this is going to be quite a quiet day, quite a quiet off-peak day, but of course with it being open till 9 and being the opening night, I assume it's going to get a lot busier from about probably 5-6 o'clock later on. But currently in Gloomy Wood at the moment, and Curse is 5 minutes, so well, it may as well, considering with these new staggered openings that are going to be in place for Scarefest this year, which is one that hasn't really gone down too well. When I walked in this morning and I tried to get a nice ride on Wicker Man, I was thinking of going to Nemesis first, but in the end I thought, no, I'll go on Wicker Man instead because it's closer, but that wasn't going to be opening for another 10 or 20 minutes, so we were told, so it's a bit of a shame. But let's have a cheeky little ride on Curse now. I have to say, really good ride there I just had on the Curse at Alton Manor. I think they've added some new effects since I last rode the Curse at Alton Manor, because I got squirted in the middle of the ride by an air canister, literally out of nowhere. Gave me a right-off right. It was really hilarious, that one. So whoever put that effect in, props to you. You've made my ride there on the Curse at Alton Manor. But yeah, really fun for the most part. Slightly disappointing that the tunnel effect, it was turned off or not working. I'm not quite sure what's the case with that. So for the most part, really enjoyable ride there on the Curse at Alton Manor, and might give that a ride later as it gets dark. It might be a nice spooky ride I can have on Curse later. Oh, there's a bit of smoke coming out. Is that it? A bit of green smoke. And here we go. There we go. I think. Is that it? Is the vault finally going to be unsealed? Yes. Yes, it is. Well, I have to say that was a really enjoyable ride back on Hex for the first time in absolutely ages. I can't believe how long it's been closed, but thankfully it is now back open, and hopefully it'll be open now for a very long time. Well, I really enjoyed what they did do, the little changes here and there. They made the theming elements and the special effects as well. It does go a long way in a ride like that, so it's nice to see. Might give that another ride towards the end of the day. Who knows? I have to go back early today because I've got another adventure lined up early tomorrow morning, so I can't stay out too late because I'll be absolutely shattered, and definitely don't want to do that when tomorrow involves quite a lot of walking. But I do like to do these things to myself. I really do. But it's enjoyable at the end of the day, isn't it? Right, well here we are, right in the heart of X Sector. We've got the Smiler and an Oblivion just up there as well. It's good to be back in this area, although I am glad that I have done other things first, because this can get a very overstimulated area very quick, of course, with especially with the Smiler. But I think it's definitely time for some lunch. Well, after having some well-earned lunch, I decided to go on the Smiler, and of course you have to have lunch before going on the Smiler, because there's the potential of a rough ride, and that time it wasn't too bad. I think, to be fair, when I've had rides on the Smiler, you know, I've heard people have had really, you know, rough rides on the Smiler, and therefore they have a massive vendetta against it, probably rightly. But for me, it's not too bad, to be honest. You know, I can probably count, maybe on one hand, maybe just about two, the amount of rough rides I've had on it over the years. But apart from, like, for the most part, it's actually alright. I was on row 3 on one of the outer seats this time, and I'd say it was plausible. I'd say it was actually, you know, quite comfortable for the most part. Probably until the end with the triple inversion at the end. It was a little bit rattly, I think, coming out of that one and banking into the station. But apart from that, I'd say a nice, fairly solid ride. Going through single rider there. Probably about 5-10 minute wait in single rider. Not too bad, obviously, especially on an off-peak day as well. That's where you want to get the single riders in. Talking of single riders, there has been some installations of single rider queues in 13 and Spinball Whizzer, and obviously Spinball Whizzer is just up that way, so I might go and check that out actually. And well, another ride actually, Spinball Whizzer, I might get in that I might not have done. I might not have done usually coming on the weekend, so let's go and check it out.
This monster I've done, it's Frankly. I was working in a lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his lab began to arise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash, he did the monster mash. He was a graveyard smash. He did the mash, it caught on in a flash. He did the mash, did the monster mash. From my love, woo! Let's make some noise for Frankly. Put your hands together for Griddle. He's a spooky skeleton. It's Skelvin. Make some noise for Zorbob. Give it up for Vampire. And don't forget me, the greatest Halloween DJ of all time. Oh, Phil.
And not forgetting Emma, Ed, Eleanor, Kira, and me, Hayley! Woo! Freaky Friends! Bye everyone! Have a magical day everyone! Bye-bye! We hope you all have a fantastic Scarefest! Now make sure you stick around because coming up next, we've got some more Freaky Friends! We'll see you soon! Bye everyone!
Well, it's always nice to take a little break out from all of the rides and watch a little bit of entertainment. And I think that's the great thing, really, I think, about theme park entertainment is, aside from, because with other entertainment anywhere else, well, for me anyway, you have to really get invested in it, and you have to like, obviously, like, stave the whole thing, and there's, you know, loads of things you need to try and understand. But I think that's the great thing really about theme park entertainment, is you can just sit there, dip in and out for about 10 minutes and just, you know, just relax and have a great time, really. And I think that's a really positive decision. definitely that Alton have made in the last couple of years is to increase the amount of entertainment on park, because just a few years ago it was pretty much non-existent. So it's great to see entertainment on the main stage at all the major events now, especially Scarefest as well, which obviously with the main crowds, particularly at the big crowds, particularly at Scarefest and fireworks, entertainment is definitely needed, and hopefully they can just continue adding to that now. If I had to give a rating, maybe solid 7. Pretty decent, to be honest. And I'm taking a nice peaceful walk through the gardens, which I haven't done for many a year now, and no time like the present really to do that. Heading over to Dark Forest to see what Rita and 13 are up to. For people like me who are on the autistic spectrum, sounds like this are definitely needed from time to time. They're really helpful, and a tool like the gardens is really useful, and probably a tool that I should probably use more often, to be honest, because it's so peaceful, so lovely around here. There goes Rita, from one forest to another, technically, the gardens to the Dark Forest. Here to check out Rita and 13, which haven't been on in ages, like all the other rides here. Yeah, still, well, pretty sunny. The sun's come back out now. It's pretty humid. About mid-afternoon now, so things are going pretty well. I think probably out of all the rides at Alton Towers, this is the ride I probably ride the least, to be honest. Or at least I have the least memories of riding loads of times, but I may as well give it a go. Obviously, along with Spinball Wizard now, this is a recently installed single rider queue that I believe has been put back in, because I believe it used to have a single rider back in the day, this ride, 13. But it got taken out and obviously now been put back in, and hopefully this will be replicated more widely across the park now, because it's currently a 25-minute queue in the main queue for 13, but I reckon this might be close to, if not walk on, by the looks of things. We're getting very close. But yeah, definitely more single riders are absolutely needed, because I've definitely taken advantage of, well, Spinball and Smiler so far today. Let's have a look about 13. An absolutely delightful ride. Oh dear. Got really dark there. Absolutely delightful ride there on 13, and as predicted, right up to the station. I was literally, well, the next one on technically, because obviously single rider, you're most of the time you're not literally next on like you are in the main queue, but you get what I mean. Great ride on 13, and I think something I noticed about that, like when you go into the crypt, into the surprise drop element, literally, I looked behind me and I saw the door close for the drop element to begin, and then it literally started instantaneously. I swear, like before, in previous rides I've had on 13 beforehand, it used to be like, okay, door closes, goes dark for a couple of seconds, and like special effects and light starts to take place, and then like the little drop happens, and then the big drop. But it seemed to happen like almost instantaneously, which is a bit strange. I don't know if that's like a different cycle or something like that, but it just felt a bit different there on 13. But that might be completely normal, I don't know. That just shows how little I ride 13, but definitely something in the future if I do come on another off-peak day. That is definitely something to consider, more rides on 13, because that is a lovely little family Intamin roller coaster. The new for Scarefest 2024 attraction, which is using the old Dungeons building, which is Land of the Dead. This looks interesting. Amigos in the Afterlife, it says there. That must be the name of it. It looks quite interesting, I have to say. Quite brightly themed, and I assume this is based on like the Mexican Halloween kind of autumn celebration, the Land of the Dead, Day of the Dead, whatever it's called. I'm assuming, but it's very colourful. I do like the colours on this one. I'm assuming this is kind of like the kids themes like Halloween Scarefest attraction, considering in previous years they've had Trick or Treat Trail, I believe. Definitely something to probably go in as maybe a starter for going in scare mazes. Yeah, oh yeah, Trick or Treat Town is still going on. It is actually just over here. Night has officially fallen once again in Forbidden Valley, just like back in March, and it still looks absolutely great. I just love what they've done to Forbidden Valley this year, just especially with the atmospheric lighting as well. It just looks so good, especially with Nemesis over here. This blood red lighting over here. It just really looks so good. Just had my third ride of the day, and potentially my last actually ride of the day on Nemesis Reborn. And what can I say? Nemesis is Nemesis at the end of the day, isn't it? It is a great ride. It's always such a fun ride as well. And row 7 this time, so I think that's the way to go now. Is definitely near the back from now on, because you know it's just fun. Man is looking absolutely glorious tonight, and it's only a 15-minute queue, so why not? And then I think I might head next door to Burial Grounds as well, check out the free scare attraction that is returning for a second year. Well, I certainly hope you did enjoy this video from the opening night of Alton Towers Scarefest. I certainly did have a lot of fun. Apologies for not getting this video out sooner. Obviously, it's a couple of days now since the opening night. I absolutely conked out after going on that walk yesterday, so that's why it didn't come out sooner. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.